Today marks President Trump's 100th day in office, so our Get the Facts team has taken a look at a few aspects of what has transpired during the first 100 days. PolitiFact Chief Correspondent Lou Jacobson joining us once again. So Lou, you and your colleagues have been looking closely at what President Trump has accomplished so far. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about the economy. What are you finding when it comes to accomplishments in the first 100 days with the economy?
Yeah, so in terms of the economy, the hard data we have is pretty good so far. The number of jobs created during Trump's second term is similar to what it's been for the past year, and the inflation rate eased in March to 2.4%, which is pretty good. But this data is all from the time before his tariffs began to hit in a big way. Because tariffs will be passed on to consumers to a significant degree, this should tend to raise prices for consumers. And in fact, this is already showing up in the soft data, surveys of what consumers and companies are expecting to happen over the next few months to the next year. For consumers, a monthly University of Michigan survey asked consumers about where they think prices will be for basically a year from now. And according to the survey, consumers in December said they thought it would be about 2.8% inflation, but now they say they think it'll be 6.5% inflation, about twice as high.
So Lou, when it comes, it comes to this, is this mostly about inflation only, or is this more about what consumers are thinking about the overall economy?
Well, specifically, that statistic was in terms of inflation, but there are also questions that they ask about consumers more generally about the economy. And there are two main surveys. One is the University of Michigan survey, and that has shown consumer sentiment dropping every month since December, a total of a 29% decline. In fact, the April figure for the consumer confidence was lower than for all but 2 months of Joe Biden's presidency. And of course, that was best known for having the worst inflation in 40 years. The other survey is by the Conference Board. It shows the same pattern. The confidence level is lower than it was during basically any month of Biden's tenure. And also, small businesses are feeling this too. A survey of smaller companies has found confidence dropping every month since December.
And Lou, a lot of that is, the qualitative data, the soft data, if you will. It's what people feel might happen, what they're feeling right now, sentiment. What is the importance of that, and then what's it compared to when it looks at the hard data on the economy, the numbers themselves?
Sure, it's a great question. So it's certainly possible that these feelings could change if the impact of the tariffs is smaller than folks think it'll be. But the soft data is important on its own. If consumers feel bad about the future economy and about prices going up in the future, then they may cut back on spending. And if they cut back on spending, and if companies cut back on spending, that could mean not, investing in new factories or facilities and spending less on staff. These sorts of cutbacks could lead to people being laid off and not being able to spend, and it becomes a vicious cycle just based on the feelings, and they become hard kind of realities economically. And given how dependent the economy is on spending by consumers, just a bad vibe like these surveys are showing can turn into something real and something negative.
All right, I'll be watching that hard data to see if that pullback continues. Lou Jacobson, we appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
Great, thank you.